everybody. This is Terry Nance. Welcome to 8 Minutes Strong with the Armor Bearer. I know you're having a blessed day. Something good is going to happen to you today. Just say that something good's going to happen to me today. God's goodness is over you, in you, through you, around you. He loves you, and He's reaching out to minister to you. And I just appreciate everyone who's tuning in to 8 Minutes Strong, and I encourage you to just get the link to others, and so they'll be blessed by it, especially in your local church friends who are supporting your pastors. This is such a critical time. The statistics right now for the over 40 to 45% of ministers that were interviewed here recently in Barna Research said they're ready to get out. They can't take it anymore. And you can see this intense pressure that's coming on pastors. Emotionally, they have to carry themselves. They have to carry their flock. They've got to carry the finances. Church attendance is down, money's down, other things. A lot of them face this. Now, there are those who haven't been hit as hard as others, but this is all around about 45% of ministers ready to quit and give up. So you see that what I'm teaching is very critical right now. It's very relevant. So go to godsarmorbearer.com, get the books and the material, and of course hit the subscribe button. And then if you desire for me to speak into your life, I am a licensed life coach and mentor, and so you can go to godsarmorbearer.com, get the information, email me, and I'll be glad to visit with you over what all I do there. I've been talking about what a pastor needs, and I am a pastor right now, and so I know that I need, from an armor bearer, I need you to be strong, and strong in times of difficulties, and also be there sometimes for me to lean on you. Pastors are there. They are a shepherd. They're there to watch the flock. They care for the flock. They speak to the flock. They're constantly looking on others. But in a time of weakness and a time of strength, pastors got to be able to lean on somebody. And when you see your pastor in this state of vulnerability, you've got to be there for him, to let him be strong enough to just lean on you, and you love and respect them. I remember the story of David and his mighty men, and the Bible tells this story in the book of Samuel, and it tells where they were fighting a war, and David just said, "Man, I just long for a drink of water from one of the wells." I think it was wells of Bethlehem or wherever, and they were around that area, and 3 men heard him, and 3 men risked their lives to go and fight and get that water. And they brought it to David, and David was so overwhelmed that he poured the water out as a sacrifice to God. He could not believe that someone risked their lives. And of course, that was, that's a leader, I will say. And that's a leader who made it perfectly clear to everyone that if anybody was going to sacrifice something, it was going to be him. So we see that. But at vulnerable times, a leader has to be able to lean upon you. And I mean, there's times when you just need to be strong, super strong in the Lord to help them. And you've got to be ready for them to vent their frustrations. I know that when I was around my pastor, there were just things that hit him, and it might really, bother him or whatever, and things, he would say things around me. And all I would do is say, "Pastor, I'm for you. I love you. Let me pray. I'll do anything I can to help this situation." But I also knew that he was a human being, and he was venting. Now, he may have said something maybe just out of frustration, and sure, he probably could have said it better or whatever. But hey, I've done the same thing. Oh my goodness. And when things are difficult, things are things are pressing in on a man of God and they start venting, you got to let them vent. And you can't take that and say, well, my goodness, they're not walking in love or they're not doing this. Give them a break. Life's not easy. If pastoring was easy, everybody would do it. So you be there to pray with them. You be there to hold up their arms and just realize you carry a special calling. Now, I'm really dealing with the inner circle armor bearers, but in this, you have to be strong. Now, a pastor needs your understanding when they're in the wilderness. Man, when the wilderness hits, it's like all hell's breaking loose from all different directions. And so as armor bearers, man, we got to pull together. We've got to stand together. And that's where I believe that you step up and you make sure in your heart that you're standing with your pastor and your leader. You're not behind them, because in wilderness periods, it's just a dry season. Thing about the kingdom, and you've heard me say this, but it is seasonal. There are just times, man, when you're just kicking. It's like, man, you're just, the momentum is flowing. And God is moving and everybody's rejoicing. But boy, that momentum is fickle. And that's a good word for it. It's fickle. Well, like a basketball game, you can be in the momentum headed your direction and one thing happen and it shift. And so pastors and leaders are doing their very best. Yes, we love momentum, but the thing, you can't live on momentum. You've got to stand up there and preach when everybody's looking at you and the place is dry and nothing's going on. So a pastor and leader has to do that. Well, armor bearers have to do that. You've got to stand there. You've got to be with them. You've got to come in praying. You got to come in encouraging, because that's what we're called to do. We are to hold up the arms of our leader. And if Satan's after anyone, he's after the leader. So let me pray for you. And I want you to be strong, headstrong in your mind and headstrong in your life, in seasons of a wilderness or seasons of frustration. Father, I thank you for the spirit of strength and wisdom upon the armor bearers today. I just speak life in the name of Jesus. And there's a pastor watching this right now, and you're in the middle of the wilderness, and the word of the Lord for you is to encourage yourself in the Lord. Get alone and encourage yourself in Jesus. Get alone, start worshiping, start spending quality time with Him, set a time, and just begin to worship God and watch what God will do for you. God bless you.